being in a space where the minorities feel safe, we all feel safe. And it just made me feel so great just to be in a space with all of us, because like I'm looking at each other like this is family, you know, like this is the culture, this is where the street styles originates from, like hip hop, locking, popping, like, you know, like that's where it comes from. So
when you're being mindful and intentional of who's in the room and including people who don't get included or who usually would get overlooked, then really beautiful things start to happen, right? People show up in really, really beautiful ways.
Yes.
So you're creating traditions that are going to stick with people and memories that are going to stick with people for a long time. When I say traditions, it's like people are going to be excited to do this kind of work, to come together in this way. And that's what dance is about. Like it's so much more than just, as you know, like just the dancing and the boogieing. Like that's the fun part. But these traditions and these things that are happening, the ways that people are coming together is what's so special.
Absolutely.
Right? You're creating memories. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is not AI. I repeat, this is not AI. This is the Studio North Podcast Special Edition. Happy Black History Month. Hope y'all feeling good. I will be your host, Jay Musodi, and with me, a very, very special guest. Oh my. This is amazing.
It is.
I love the outfit.
Oh, I thank you.
We have the Felicity Kuyena. Make some noise. Let's go. Yes. Yay. Yo, I'm so hyped about this.
Me too.
I feel like it's perfect timing.
Yes.
A perfect moment to have a really fun conversation and to kind of get to know you more in depth, I can say. And I feel like it's your origin story that we're going to get into. I love superheroes myself personally. So I feel like it's like your superhero origin story, you know, kind of vibe.
Save the day or two.
Yeah, you've been saving the day a couple of times. We're gonna get into a lot of your exploits. So excited to have each of y'all tuning in. Felicity, let us know a little bit more about your vibe, about who you are, like what got you into dance in the early days? Like,
back in the day.
Yeah, cool. Let's go back a little bit.
Okay, so I started dancing, but I didn't take it seriously just yet. I used to be really inspired by watching a lot of talent shows on TV. So like America's Got Talent, like Britain's Got Talent. But I think this was way before Canada's Got Talent aired. So like it was back in the day.
So you were watching all of this at what age? Like how old were
like
you?
Almost 10.
Whoa, okay, so as a kid, you're watching these TV shows. Very cute.
Yeah, I was watching these TV shows and like I realized that I think I wanted to do like dance. Like I would see all the dance acts. I was like, I need to do that. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay, word.
I'm gonna get there. So I would just dance in my room, but I wasn't like trained or anything. So I decided to take it seriously when I was like 14 because our high school just brought back the dance team and they hadn't had one in like 10 years. So my friends and I thought it'd be a good idea to join the dance team. So I auditioned for the dance team with my friends and we all got in and then they quit.
Oh, they quit.
They quit.
Okay, and what dance team was this? Like what high school?
Oh, this was Ellie Matheson Secondary School.
Okay.
Shout out Ellie Matheson.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on, let's hear it.
Yes. So then I decided to stay on the team and it changed my perspective and the way how I saw dance because I realized that I really loved it a lot and I wanted to do something with it and I wanted it to be part of my life. So I really enjoyed my time being on there and it helped me just grow into the person and the dancer that I am today. And I think just like being able to just create with your own vision and to like do your own choreography just really inspired me a lot, which is why like I stayed and I'm glad that it got me to where I am now.
And you know what? I feel like one thing that you mentioned was that you experienced this in your school setting and being in a position of leadership and guiding a group and being a part of a team. And how was that experience compared to your day-to-day life? Like in comparison, I think like as dancers, you know, we get put in very specific, you know, positions as leaders or guides or teammates. And would you particularly say that that was the same as your day-to-day life in terms of school or in work? Or
I feel like it was a very dynamic difference within the two just because in my day-to-day life, I'm not really known as a leader. I'm just known as like the follower. Like I'm gonna just get the work done. But being in the dance setting, I didn't realize that I really wanted to like take action and lead. I think it was throughout like my senior year that I realized I wanted to do that, just because like there was open spots to like lead a team and stuff. And at the time, like at the high school that I was at, shout out Matheson, we weren't really like known as like any underdogs or some sort. Like we weren't really taken as seriously. Therefore, I wanted to change that, and I felt that okay, maybe like leaving a mark, making a difference will help them be seen. Compared to like as I was before. So I was really glad that I was able to make a difference for them and like just help them just to become more seen as like the underdogs more so. And I think that did affect me as well personally, and in a great way, of course, too, because now like I'm also able to like lead from time to time, like no matter what I do.
And I keep hearing these themes of you helping people find their true selves, or like find confidence within their dance, and find joy within their dance, right? Like the story of like uplifting like the underdog, or like that underdog
Yes.
story, right?
Yeah, the
And
underdogs.
yeah, like this theme keeps coming up, and it keeps making me curious of is that something you experienced growing up, or is that something you experienced at school, like that feeling of being an underdog, or maybe misunderstood, or on the outside?
Yeah, no, definitely. Throughout my years in high school, of course, I was definitely misunderstood, and I wasn't really like as like um active. Like I wouldn't really speak much. Like very very quiet, very very shy. And dance did really help me get out of that comfort zone. And even when I did get out of that comfort zone, and I realized that I wanted to continue dance like competitively as soon as I graduated from high school, and even when I was in like competing as well outside of school, I was also not really like I didn't feel like I was seen as much, and I wish that like I wanted to do more than that. So I really wanted to make sure just to get that out and just really be that stepping stone and just make a difference, because in a way it could also inspire others who will also want to speak out there too, because it is hard. So like I'm just really glad that like I was able to do that so I can inspire others who want to come out as well and speak their truth.
You're so inspiring.
Thank
Like it's
you.
so inspiring to hear that, to hear like again what your upbringing was, what school
Hmm.
was like for you, what your interactions, your dynamics were, and
Hmm.
how you use that to lead and help others, and to essentially like make your burden your purpose. Like
Yeah.
that's so beautiful. Like
Thank you.
that's a great reminder. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a really, really great reminder. And that's a reality. That's a
Yeah.
reality. When you're thinking about looking
Hmm.
different, showing up different,
Yeah.
believing something different, whether it be because of your race, your religion,
Hmm.
your orientation, your preferences. Like people who, again, are different will be treated different. Will will stand out in a certain way.
Hmm.
And I think you can either choose to let that affect you and
Yeah.
affect how you show up,
Hmm.
or you can choose to use that and to find strength in that, and you're choosing to find strength in it and to inspire others to find strength within that too. Like that's really beautiful. Now,
Thank you so much.
what's the connection that then brings you to studio dance? I feel like we've had the chance to
Okay.
hear about like your involvement within school, and how it was for you to dance in school and to dance in
Hmm.
groups, but how did you get to dancing into studios and to
Okay.
even teaching?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So to getting to studio dance, while I was in high school,
Yeah.
that's when I met Hamuza, shout out Hamuza,
Come on.
Irene, shout out Irene, Petra, shout out Petra, literally all of them. And at the time they were dancing in studios, and it inspired me to also dance in studios. Therefore, I think this was also again in my senior year. I auditioned for the City North team, shout out City
Come
North.
on.
And I got the chance to be on the intermediate team, which was really, really great and such an amazing experience for me.
Okay.
But that was right
Word.
before COVID hit. So I didn't get the chance to continue that. I was only on it for 2 months. I was on it for 2 months. Yeah.
So you're just like,
I was like,
ah.
yeah. So as soon as like COVID started to like be gone for real, that's when I went back to studio dancing, and I did it for about 4 years.
Yeah.
And it really just helped me get out that comfort zone and really helped me get into my training a lot more, because I really wanted to improve a lot of my training. And I realized that as much as fun as I had, I felt like there was also a time for growth. And sometimes growing means stepping out of a space to be in a new one. So when I stepped out of that space, you reached out to me and you asked me to serve your class.
Me?
Yes.
Myself? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes. You asked me to serve your class. And I thought it was a typo.
This is the right person.
Me? Like, are you sure? Like, because I didn't even know that, like, I had it in me to teach. Because I always wanted to teach, but it's just that I wasn't vocal about it at all. So, like, when you reached out to me, it really felt nice because it felt like I was actually being seen, which I feel like is kind of rare for me at the time. So, like, I'm really glad that I felt seen by you. And I said yes, because
Come on.
yes. And
Glad you did.
since then I did, thank you. Since then, it really did change my perspective and my life in dance coming to teach, because I didn't know that like I'd be good at it or like still growing. Like, you know, when dancers are coming to you and saying that like, oh, you're such a great teacher, that means you're doing something right and you're doing a good thing and you're making it fun and you're making it a safe space for the dancers to be in, which is such an important factor when it comes to teaching class and just making sure the dancers have a great time. So the more I kept subbing for you, in which I'm very thankful for, I got a message from Calvin and he wanted me to be a part of the Up Next program.
Yeah. Shout out Calvin.
Shout out Calvin and shout out Up Next. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what made me realize like, wow, like I genuinely feel like I have it in me and I feel like I have what it takes to become inspiring and upcoming teacher. Therefore, I'm just very grateful for that. And it led me to where I am now.
The two things that really stood out for me there is that, well, one, you had a direction and you stuck on that direction. You stuck with that direction. You stayed true to what it was that you were passionate about. And even if you felt fear and you felt doubt, you were willing to jump into something. Like I think when we're thinking about the day where I asked you to sub for the first time, in my mind, I already saw you as that like that leader and that person that was definitely capable of being in that position or to jump into it and to have that experience, right? And to get feedback and to be able to go back and forth. And it's perfect that the Up Next program was happening in a timing that you were able to go into it and able to continue working on your artistry and continue working on yourself as a teacher. For those of you who don't know, right, like the Up Next program and what it's about, it's definitely catered to those who want to take their teaching seriously to a point of actually developing that ability, developing that skill and building on that skill as an educator. And there's great teachers and instructors that are there as coordinators, as coach, as guides to help guide young instructors and people who are changing their focus to being instructors and developing skills. Because I feel like not a lot of spaces offer that, and that's important to develop those things. So for me, a good way of developing those things too is to build on it, is to try it out, is to get feedback. So I love that you were so willing and jumping into it and open to feedback and open to conversation and open to building your artistry as a teacher. I think that's so cool. And to see where you are now is absolutely, like, it's mind-blowing, because outside of just teaching classes, you're also involving yourself in the community in many different ways, in ways that are so powerful and impactful.
Yes.
Like, one thing I've always appreciated, and again is the second part of why I felt like you would be a great instructor, is that you're very intentional with what you do. You're very intentional with your projects, very intentional with what it is you involve yourself in. And I kind of want to jump into that. Like, what have been some highlights and projects that you've been working on that have been very fueling for you to accomplish?
Okay, yes. Starting off with the latest one that I did with my dearest friend, Jillian Boyles. Shout out Jillian. Hey. We did this project, which is called My House. We basically centered it around the Black community because we feel that in the Vancouver scenery, there's not as much Black representation. And I felt that needed to be changed. And I feel like I kept doing that whenever it comes to getting the opportunity to showcase Black culture. Any chance I get, I will take it. And it all goes back to the first Black project I did, consisting of a lot of Black talented dancers called Black. And that I was inspired by AJ Megaman. Shout out AJ Megaman. Yes. He said, why don't you make a piece and why don't you just call it Black? And at first I thought he was playing. So I was like, I don't know if there's like a lot of Black people in the room. He said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the Black room. You can make a dance. So I worked on it for the year. This was back in 2023 though. Wow. So I was working on it from 2023 to 2024. And throughout that year, I'm looking around and really searching my eye just to like even get any like a Black artist in the community, because there are a lot of Black artists in the community. You just really have to find them because they're there, if that makes sense, right? So I did the work and I was really looking just to see, and the more artists that you see coming in, I was like, okay, there's actually like a lot of us, you know, like what if I gather everyone together and just make a nice special piece just centering around the beauty and the essence of Black culture. Therefore, I was able to do that within that year. And of June of 2024, I believe that is when the piece Black came about, which was my first piece ever with the Black community. And it really did change my life, because being in a space where the minorities feel safe, we all feel safe. And it just made me feel so great just to be in a space with all of us, because like I'm looking at each other like this is family, you know, like this is the culture, this is where the street styles originates from, like hip hop, locking, popping, like, you know, like that's where it comes from. So shout out Black. Hey, yeah.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History. Yes. And just from there, it just kept inspiring me just to create a lot more pieces like that, because I think this is what the community needs, especially the Black community, because there's not a lot of that. Therefore, it just would feel so nice if there would to be a change in that, and just to be like more inclusive when it comes to Black dancers, because like there are a lot of us here, and like we just cannot forget that all of these styles that we're seeing everyone do today, it all comes back to Black culture, which is why there should be more dances like this out in this world, even here in Vancouver. And yeah, I think it just really helped me to get where I am now. And the more dances I make, it just makes me realize why I do what I love to do. And especially with the latest one that we just did, which is called My House, Stream My House. But yeah, it just really made me realize, wow, like this is what I love to do, just making sure that everyone is included, like being really inclusive in the community. That is just a big factor of what I like to put out there. Therefore, that is what I've been working so far. And there shall be more projects soon, so stay tuned. Hey.
Come on. Yes, we will be staying tuned.
Yes.
And there's one thing that you mentioned that I really, really resonated with, and it's when you said, when the minorities in the space feel safe, we all feel safe. And that is so much weight.
Thank you.
When the minorities in the space feel safe, we all feel safe.
And guess who inspired me? You. You told me that.
Listen, that I must have said it in some way, but you simplified it in a way that just makes so much sense in my brain. Like,
thank you.
That's so beautiful. Like,
thank you.
When you're being mindful and intentional of who's in the room and including people who don't get included or who usually would get overlooked, then really beautiful things start to happen, right? People show up in really, really beautiful ways.
Yes.
So as someone who's had the opportunity to be a part of some of these projects you named, and to kind of overlook and to see what's been happening, and to see the interactions between people and how people are feeling about the spaces you're creating and the energy you're creating and the opportunities you're creating.
Yes.
It's really, really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful to see. And there's a lot of love in the space that you're bringing in, and you're creating traditions that are going to stick with people and memories that are going to stick with people for a long time. When I say traditions, it's like people are going to be excited to do this kind of work, to come together in this way. And that's what dance is about. Like, it's so much more than just, as you know, like just the dancing and the boogieing. Like, that's the fun part. But these traditions and these things that are happening, like the ways that people are coming together is what's so special.
Absolutely.
Right? You're creating memories.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just meant to say that, you know, the bigger picture about dance is just about having fun. I feel like that's something that can be forgotten sometimes, because sometimes when you're dancing, like, for example, like if you're taking a class, like you might be focused on mainly execution wise, like, which is totally okay. But like also at the same time, you're also there to have fun, because it's not a competition. And like, you just want to be there to have a good time, no matter how you do. Like, it's okay. Like, also for myself, for example, like every time when I take a class, I always tend to focus on my execution. And like, I always fear like, oh, like what if I'm not doing this right? But then I always have to remember, number one, I know it's a safe space and everyone is very supportive and you're just there to have a good time and just celebrate, dance with everyone. And second, if I mess up, at least I look good doing it. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
come on.
But yeah, like just bringing people together is also a good thing. And even whenever we had the rehearsals for like the Black projects that we would do, the dancers would say that they're having a good time, which is so great. Practices are meant to be fun. Like, you don't want it to feel like it's always like a competition all the time. You're also just there to have fun because you like to dance.
You gotta like to dance.
You gotta like to dance. You gotta like to bustle one too.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it. So something I do want to ask you, and I do want you to answer more so on a personal level, is what does Black History Month mean for you? What does it mean to you?
Happy Black History Month.
Come on.
Black History Month is where we celebrate the purity and the essence and the joy and the celebration of Black culture. A lot of things that are created in this world today are by Black culture. And people need to remember that. Like, most of the things that we wouldn't even be here today. Like, we wouldn't be doing most of the stuff that we love doing if it wasn't for the culture. And that is where we have to remember that it all comes and originates from the Black culture, and in which we just must be thankful for, and we shall be celebrated in the most amazing way possible.
It's really about like the ethics behind how we navigate with different culture. Like, as you're saying, like a lot of what we interact with, a lot of what we listen to, a lot of what we take in our day-to-day, how we speak, is coming from people. And I think when we think about culture, when we think about art, when we think about music, dance, food, or whatever it is, we separate it from people, right? And when you do that, it's very easy to do what you were mentioning before, to forget and to separate and to take without being a part of. And and that's exactly what we want to be reminded of in this time more so than ever. It's that reminder of like, hey, there's people behind these things that we enjoy. And that's the same with every culture. And it goes back to what you said a bit earlier, where the attention and the focus on minorities in the space actually creates inclusion for everyone. Because now you're going out of your way to see everyone. So if I'm able to appreciate a culture that is a minority and I can authentically appreciate her and I can ethically go about interacting with it, then I can do the same for any other culture, for any other orientation, for any other belief or religion or stance or how someone chooses to live their life, right?
Absolutely.
If it's not something that's harming others, if it's not something that is affecting others, like we're able to do those things, we're able to see those things and to interact that way.
Exactly.
So my last question to you on this topic of like what Black History Month means to you personally is how do you think someone should show thanks, or how do you personally show thanks to Black culture? Yeah, come on. Yeah, no, but
my e-transfer is okay.
You can be honest. Like, well, what is that for you personally?
Honestly, like, just for those, they need to remember that, like, at the end of the day, like, you are a guest in the space. And I want those to be like acknowledged by that. Like, you need to remember that, because sometimes I feel like being a guest in the space can be things that people may tend to forget. And I would love for those to remember that this is a space where, like, okay, most of these stuff that we see here today are from the Black culture. And it would just be great that, like, if you acknowledge that, like, even just like some acknowledgement, that would be so great, just remember, okay, like, we're not forgotten, we are here. And at least it makes us way that we are heard and we are seen. And that's so important in the Black community. And we would love to share that with everyone as well, who are also willing to, like, just be like really like engaging, like really like helpful in the space, So like, I think that's what it means to me.
Yeah, but
like,
that makes a lot of sense.
Like, something little can mean so much.
Yeah.
So like, it's something I'll still take in regardless. Like, I mean, a little $5 won't help too.
You're so funny.
But yes, even with dance, you know, like hip hop specifically was originated in the Bronx, New York on August 11th, 1973. Shout out DJ Kool Herc. That's where all of hip hop originates from. So like all these styles that we're seeing today, like whether it's hip hop, popping, locking, break, like it's all from the Black culture. And we must remember that we are those who aren't Black are a guest in the space and they enjoy doing what they love, which is so great. But just remember that you are a guest in the space and just also doing it so authentically as well and not like forgetting the essence and the purity of where it comes from. That's a very important factor.
Yeah, I like the connection between the acknowledgement of the people in the space and also respecting and appreciating the art form itself. Right? It's like it's the beauty of like doing both. Right? You can be an artist, you can contribute in the space, you can be part of the space, and it's that awareness of how to navigate, how to interact with people who are inherently treated differently based on how they show up and how to go around navigating that, right? And navigating with people. And I feel like sometimes we forget like confrontation is good. Like confrontation is like, it's not, it doesn't just mean argument. Confrontation means sharing ideas. Confrontation means debating. Confrontation means discussing. Confrontation means getting to express who you are and getting to know who you are. So knowing how to deal with people and knowing how to interact with people and being in space with people, as you're saying, like there's a lot of importance in that. And we have to remember, we have to be honest. We have to be honest with the spaces we're in. The same way when I travel to different countries that have deep and rich culture, like I need to remember that I'm a guest in those spaces so that I know how to navigate in those spaces, so that I know how to show respect to elders in those spaces or to people in those spaces. It's something that helps me connect on a deeper level and understand myself, right? So I love that you're really hammering in these points and really sticking to these points. You're saying it so simply, like it's just clear as day. And I think that's a great reminder, right? To remember that and to also tie it back to what you were saying in the beginning, right? Of you can have fun with these things. You can have so much involvement and release and you can love it so much. At the same time, it's respecting it and showing it that care. So absolutely. Yeah, I really love the keynotes that you've been like leaving us with and the reminders and how it all kind of connects. It's been very fun for me to make these connections and be like, wow, like I feel like I'm developing a new understanding of who you are, Felicity, which is really, really cool.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I appreciate it.
The question I wanted to ask is when you're thinking about the experience that a lot of Black artists are having as dancers in Canada, in Vancouver, in this part of the world, and you're hearing about what is unpleasant or what people aren't enjoying or what people wish changed, like what do you think are the solutions, or what do you think are the things that we can do as a community?
Yeah, I think more so we have to remember that we're here to have a good time. Because when you're there having a good time, that's when all of the pressure, all of the stress should go away about having just to come there not feeling like the best. Like you just want to dance because like you're not scared to dance, you know? Like dancing should be fun. Like if you're a dancer, you generally enjoy liking to dance for most of the time. And like I feel like that's also just a great way for bringing people together. Just being in a space and an environment surrounded by those who also enjoy to dance, that should make it a fun space and where all the dancers just want to be themselves and not having to worry about anything, you know, because like dance is just also a way of expressing yourself as well. And like you can showcase that while expressing yourself while you're dancing. And I feel like that's also just a great way just to like connect with other dancers as well. If you're going to be in the same space, like just to share your connection and energy with other people and just exchanging the space, that should also feel a great way to like do what you love to do, which is dance. So like really just exchanging energy, sharing space, and just sharing that joy, because that's where dance comes from. A lot of joy and happiness when you're exchanging that with one another.
Oh, you're leaving us with gems right now. You're leaving us with gems. I love that. Yes. Like when you When you think about what's to come and when you think about where you're heading and then the direction that you're going into, like as a dancer who is a choreographer, who's a teacher, who's a creator, who's also in the industry, who's also, come on, yes, right? What do you have in your mind as the crazy dream, as what you aspire to do next, as what you're excited for?
I'm excited for. Honestly, I'm not sure where the future takes me.
Good, that's a good answer.
Yeah. I'm not sure where the future takes me, and I'm glad that I don't know. You know, because like God has something in store for you. So I just have to sit back and relax and just let it ride, right? Because the time will come. What I would really like to do, I think I would just really like to choreograph like for like artists sometime in the future.
Artists, like singers.
Yeah, like Beyonce. Hey, shout out Beyonce.
Come on. Beyonce, if you're watching this.
Beyonce, I love Beyonce so much. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like I feel like that'd be such a great accomplishment in my life. But like even no matter where I go, I know I'll still be happy within the process because at the end of the day, dance does make me happy. And like, I'm just really glad that like I'm able just to share my craft with those who also love to dance as well, because it's also just, again, a way of bringing people together. Therefore, in the future, I know it's going to be something so positive and so joyful, which I cannot wait to look forward to. Yeah, like I don't really know what it has in store for me. So I don't even know what I got.
That's interesting because like you've been also getting involved in the industry, as I was mentioning. So with commercial and film and TV, you were recently working on a film.
Yes, I was.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Are you allowed to tell us? Do you have NDAs still? Like, are you allowed to talk about anything?
Well, I think what I can talk about
was
a
we're
film.
getting exclusives.
Hey, yes.
I like this.
I was working in a film.
Okay.
Shout out film.
Okay.
I got to be in the back, so like you ain't gonna see me, but like I'm gonna be in the back. Like,
okay,
you know what I mean?
But
like,
credited.
Yes. Hey.
On.
It was such a great experience. I've never done something like that before, and I was really glad I was able to because it was on my bucket list for a while, and I remember getting asked about it, and like I was just like, cannot believe it was happening, you know? So like I'm just really blessed and thankful just to receive the opportunity because like again God does speak in many different ways and like the way I prayed about this for so long too, I was like, wow, God, you really answered it.
Come on. Like, you can at least tell us what network it was for.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
And you're watching Disney Channel.
Come on. Wow.
Hey.
Yes. That's what's up.
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
That is so amazing. So that's opening a completely new avenue for you within what you can do within your work as an artist, within your work as a dancer. Now, does it also interest you to do work within acting and work within choreographing within film and television? Or again, is it something that you're like, yeah, I'm open to it all?
I feel like I'm open to it all. Yeah. Like, again, like I cannot wait to see where the future does take me. Therefore, I'm not sure what's in store for me yet, although it would be really cool to do a project like that has that involved. Therefore, yes.
And you were mentioning before we got on the air that like you were about to go on a little teaching tour as well, like teaching in different schools.
Yes, I was.
Wait a minute. How do you find time to do all of this?
I don't know.
I'm wondering because I'm trying to learn actually.
I'm learning from you.
Listen, how are you doing? Tell us about this.
Scheduling is. It can be a lot just because there's like, right. Because there's a lot of things that you may have on your store, but like it's possible.
It's definitely
everything
possible.
is possible.
Okay.
You can make it work. If you're really willing to do it, you can make it work.
So you're teaching in schools. Like
yes.
You're doing work in schools. And
yes.
what is that like?
It's really fun, just to be able to like connect with the children. It makes me realize why I do what I love to do, which is dance. And it just really also it's like a good way just to like communicate with the kids more, and like it also just shows them how much they also like to dance too. Cause like sometimes the kids can be, when they come in, they may feel a little bit like anxious, nervous about what we're going to be doing. But as soon as they get used to it, they're going to like love it a lot more. So it makes me feel really happy when they come to me at the end of the whole like process saying how much they had fun. I don't know if that was proper English. How much fun they had. Hey.
Yeah, that was good. Hey, listen.
Hey. Yeah. And it just makes me realize, okay, like, I did something, and in a way I did create an impact on these children because they had such an amazing time. And like, if these kids are having time, then imagine how many more people I can inspire. but like also just showing them the love and the essence and the purity of dance.
What would you say is your favorite grade to teach? If
My
you have
favorite grade,
yeah.
kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Why?
They're so cute. They're so
Kindergarten.
cute.
It's like 5 to 6 year olds.
Like, oh my god.
And what are y'all doing in a kindergarten class?
In a kindergarten,
Yeah.
oh, you know, we start off with a good stretch. You know, we got we got to get the warm up ready.
Yeah.
They gonna jump everywhere. Like they have a lot of energy,
I bet.
and I feel like that also sums up of who I am as a person because I do have a lot of energy to give, especially when I'm like teaching classes and stuff. Like it really shows. So just to see the kids having that much energy, like it really stumps me up as a person. So I'm like, hey, like y'all just little me, like
That's amazing. So you're seeing yourself
in little form.
In little form.
In little form.
Wow. You know what? I also love teaching kindergarten kids.
Really?
I think it's kindergarten kids and grade 12s, like
Grade
the oldest
12s.
students. Yeah.
Really? I haven't taught grade 12 before. What's that like?
What's the oldest grade you've taught?
I think grade 7.
Grade 7.
Yeah.
Is grade 7 a difficult grade to teach?
Sometimes just because like there might be some students who may not be like interested in actually like busting the wind too, but it does get like good overall.
Yeah.
And like I'm able to build a nice like bond with them, so it's
There
really
you go.
great.
Yeah,
But how's it like teaching grade 12?
I was gonna say it's similar to grade 7s, except they all have no interest.
Oh,
And that's the best part. Because then by the time you get to like the second day and the third day, like you just said, you build a connection, you build rapport, and it's not about the moves anymore.
yeah.
They don't even mind following, and they start doing the silliest things without really realizing it. They're full on doing robot dances and
Yeah.
whatever hip hop dances we're doing because they've connected with you now and they feel safe. The same thing
Yes.
that you're doing with your students,
Absolutely.
right? Like that connection first and creating that safe space.
Absolutely.
That's why when you're mentioning this, I'm like, wow, like that's inspiring that you're thinking about these things right now. If you don't mind me asking, like, how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 23.
Like, and you're thinking about those things now, like as an educator, as a teacher, like that's big. That's very beautiful. Like that means again, you're intentional in the spaces that you're in.
Thank you.
And wow. Like from beginning to end, you've been dropping absolute gems on us. Like this is
Thank you, Jay.
wow. No, I'm inspired. Thank you.
Thank you. Because you inspired me to get to where I want to be today. So
I'm gonna
thank
cry. Are we allowed to cry on the show?
The floor is yours.
to cry. Listen, it's like wow. In our language, me and Felicity are from the same country, and in our language they say, "Bana babeta kambunda e bamokolo bayoka kape." So bana babeta kambunda e bamokolo bayoka kape. Hey, if I butchered that, I don't know what to tell you, but essentially it means children can beat the drum and the adults or the elders that are around can listen to the music as well.
Yes.
So like we can be inspired by someone who's playing the drum, even if they're younger than us or even if they're from a different generation.
Yes.
And you're mentioning how I'm inspiring you, and I shared things with you that have motivated you or that have strengthened your beliefs in what you do. At the same time, when you're repeating these things back to me, it's a reminder, right? Like that's what we do for each other. Like that's that bond in the community, and
Absolutely.
it's so important.
Absolutely.
That's so beautiful.
I totally agree. And thank you for being such an inspiration to not only me, but the future children and dancers who want to be upcoming dancers today.
And thank you for doing the exact same thing, Felicity. You're inspiring generations, you're inspiring dancers, you're inspiring our community. Like again, I've witnessed it firsthand. I've been a part of it.
Right.
I've witnessed it. I've been in and out of it. In and out of it. I've had the chance to be present in really lovely ways. And I look forward to seeing more of what it is that you create, of what it is that you do. And y'all need to keep up with that too.
Yeah. So where y'all been at?
Yeah, y'all need to keep up with
Y'all
it.
hear that?
So what are the socials? Where can we keep up with you, Felicity?
Well, you can keep up with me on Felicity Kuyena
Come on.
on Instagram. Come
Yes.
on. Felicity Kuyena. Thank you.
Oh, come on, that's what's up. So on Instagram and
That's probably
else. Okay.
I'm only active on Instagram.
Good. No TikTok right now.
I'm a troll on TikTok. Please don't mind me.
Hey, we want to know that. And any upcoming events, anything you want to shout out?
Shout out the blacks, Black
Come
History
on.
Month. Everyone, come on, all blacks rise.
Yes.
I'm rising, y'all. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black
Shout out
History
Rachel Takayawa. She told me to shout out her.
That's so sweet.
Yes, and shout out to everyone who's helped me to get to where I am today. So shout out Jay, shout out Scott, shout out Carmen, shout out Kelvin, shout out everyone. Period. And shout out me because hello.
Come on. That was the best interviewee outro I've ever heard, actually.
Because we're going to give you a show. Hey.
That was amazing. I feel like I don't even know what I should be saying after all of that. That was amazing.
Right.
That was really great.
Because yes.
Jay Musodi.
Felicity Kuyena.
Jay_Musodi on Instagram. AKM Connect.
Yep.
Happy Black History Month. Continue to dive deep within culture, to have fun with dance, to enjoy community, to enjoy sharing, to show up.
Yes.
To be intentional.
To be present.
To be present.
Yes. It's so important to be present. It's so important to be seen.
Yes.
And it's so important just to give love and give energy.
Ooh. And with that, peace and love. Thank you for tuning in to the Studio North podcast. This is episode 26.
26, guys.
Episode 26.
That's what I'm going to play.
It's a lot of episodes. Go back and watch from the beginning and then back to 26.
Yeah. Get ready for that marathon session. Bring that popcorn with you. Thank you.
Come on.
Right.